So I was telling you that children who do not cry at the time of birth suffer from such problems. Their brain does not get enough oxygen. Actually, this is pranayam only. We take birth through pranayam only. After crying, child takes a deep breath. As a result, his brain system and nervous system become strong. That's what we are doing in pranayam. By doing pranayam, we nourish the brain. We inhale deeply and we exhale it out. So, anyone who has this problem, whether it is the problem of multiple sclerosis, whether the child is a Mongol, whether he has problem of atrophy, or whether he has the problem of muscular dystrophy, in all these practice of pranayam will be effective. Just make them do 5 minutes of Bhastrika pranayam. Starting from 1 minute, gradually increase the duration. All patients, take a deep breath in. Practice with ease. Some of the children get such severe attack of muscular dystrophy that they are unable to take deep breath. Even then, make them do. Take deep breath in and breathe out. Take a deep breath. From 2 to 5 minutes. Duration can be increased. If a child has a severe problem of muscular dystrophy, the practice can be increased to 10 minutes. Practice this pranayam. And during the practice, play cassette of Gayatri Mantra or Mahamrityunjay Mantra on your recorder. It is because the mentally retarded children, Mongol children, handicapped children have very low thinking power, so chanting of these mantra on cassette will give them some positive energy. Those who are comparatively intelligent may meditate on Om while practicing with full devotion and concentration. Pranayam will bring improvement. Minor exercises will also give benefit. Minor exercises and acupressure, we will tell you later on. First of all, pranayam. Take deep breath in and breathe out. This is Bhastrika pranayam. All 7 pranayam they have to do. They also have to practice minor exercises as much as they can do. And asanas, also whichever is possible. Mainly pranayam will bring improvement and minor exercises also. Take a deep breath in and then breathe out. This is Bhastrika pranayam. It nourishes our 5 prana, 5 kosha, 5 elements, brain and nervous system as well. Do this pranayam for 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll do Kapalbhati pranayam. Breathe out. One has to breathe out with medium pace and medium strength. Do like this. This is especially effective for the children of thalassemia. Children suffering from thalassemia should practice this pranayam for 5 to 15 minutes. Maximum they can practice for half an hour. For 15 minutes each in the morning and evening. This is for the children having thalassemia. Even other children whose CP count has become high, total blood count has become high, their blood count will become completely normal. The blood count will be completely normal. As hemoglobin, TLC, DLC, and total blood count becomes normal. All children will start showing signs of improvement, whatever disease they have. Mongol children will show improvement. Even the children having atrophy, muscular dystrophy, and those with the problem of cerebral palsy, they all will be benefited. This pranayam children can easily practice. Even the Mongol children can do it easily. Those children who are not able to lift their head at all, you feel helpless for them. In such cases, Ayurvedic medicines, minor exercises and acupressure would be helpful, which we will tell you later on. They should practice Kapalabhati. Slowly increase the duration from 1 to 2 minutes initially to 5 minutes, then 15 minutes. Gradually increase the duration to 10 minutes, 15 minutes and maximum from 25 to 30 minutes. One has to breathe out, not breathe in. Don't do this. Practice like this, without distorting your face and eyes. You have to just breathe out. Children can practice it twice. In the morning and evening. Remember, in the morning, practice it on empty stomach. Acupressure can be done 2 hours after the meals. Minor exercises can also be done 1 or 2 hours after the meals. But pranayam should be practiced on an empty stomach. Pranayam and difficult asanas. Actually, all asanas except Vajrasana, they all should be practiced on an empty stomach in the morning. In the evening, one can practice 5 hours after the lunch. Remember this. Gradually increase the practice. These 7 pranayam give us a new lease of life. Whatever be the nature of illness, that is why I keep telling, whether you have a known or unknown ailments, you practice these pranayams. Known or unknown, whichever disease you may have, that may not even be diagnosed properly, then what to do? Practice pranayam. But how does pranayam work? Pranayam corrects the imbalances present within your body. It balances everything. Internal imbalances, impurities, irregularities, hormonal imbalance. There is irregularity in endocrine system, disturbed catabolism and anabolism processes of body. It also improves our inner pran shakti or willpower or thought power, and also balances our feelings and emotions. All imbalances and irregularities are removed by pranayam. It balances everything. This internal imbalance, loss of control and balance, these only are the reasons behind diseases. All these imbalances, irregularities and negativity are removed by pranayam. And especially when you practice it with meditation, all sorts of imbalances are removed and we become healthy.
समदोषाः समग्निस्स समधातुमलक्रियः प्रसन्नात्मा इंद्रिय मनः सस्थित्य विद्यते.
Maharishi Shushruta asks, who is healthy? The answer is Samadosh, balanced Vat, Pitta and Kapha. Samagni with balanced heat. One with Samadhatu, whose juice, blood, flesh, aura, bone, majja and shukra, all these dhatus are balanced. Whose bowel movements are normal. Whose mind is filled with happiness. Every moment is a celebration, full of happiness, with positive thoughts and positive attitude. You are son of Lord, a part of Him. Never be depressed, sad and low. Never consider yourself poor, deprived and dejected. You yourself are reason behind your sufferings. You yourself have created your destiny. And God also help only those who work hard, who help themselves, who remain happy. Parents also do something for those children who remain happy, and those who remain depressed and remain lost always. parents also start thinking, this child cannot do anything. God also helps those only who always remain happy, who always keep smiling. Hence, you should always remain happy and practice pranayam with happiness. Your life will change. As if it's a new birth. That's why I say, I give human beings a new birth through pranayam. This knowledge of pranayam, given by Indian saints, is really amazing. And you will find, after some time, this pranayam only, the yoga of Maharishi Patanjali, will become complete science of Ayurvedic therapy, complete medical science, yoga only. Throughout the world, poor and rich, all will gain health through breath. Breath only will be the medicine. This only we are practicing in Patanjali Yogpeeth. Yoga, Ayurveda, and herbs. Whatever experiments are being carried out on these, with the help of that we are making a scientific background. We have already seen that within a country, thousands and thousands and millions of patients got relief from their sufferings. Now we just have to prepare a complete documentation, a scientific documentation, so that it can be proved scientifically to the scientists. This will remove their misconceptions and doubts that medical science only is the solution for everything. I'm not against medical science, but this is also true, that except operations, except emergency cases, all rest of the diseases will subside through pranayam and pranayam only, and also meditation. There is no other solution. So, for any problem, practice pranayam. Make others also practice. Within our country, within this world, there are thousands of millions of people suffering from diseases. Their lives are filled with sufferings, with pain, with sadness. So be sensitive and remove their sufferings, pains and sadness. Practice yourself and make others also practice. At many places, the patients of multiple sclerosis have made their own societies. When first of all a lady from Pune was cured, she was really suffering from multiple sclerosis and was a member of such society in Pune. When other members of society asked, how come you have become healthy? You were earlier suffering from this disease. She said, I practiced pranayam and became healthy. Now she is teaching pranayam to others and helping them. She was a principal, used to teach English perhaps, or perhaps she was a lecturer. So there is improvement. It happens. You'll have to practice pranayam. Many Mongol children have also shown improvements. They are showing progress. Handicapped children have also improved. At many places, we have taken special classes of Mongol and handicapped children. Wherever there are such people, you please help them. With your help, if someone gets back his normal life, he starts living normally again, then this would be a big contribution. It would be a very important achievement. Improvements do occur. I have seen children who were deaf have started listening. Their hearing powers are improving. Children who are unable to see, their eyesight had become very weak, as if they will soon become completely blind. Eyesights of such children are improving. There are just 7 main pranayam, 7 asanas, 7 minor exercises. After learning these, teach them to others. You also join in this mission of making the people of this country and world healthy. Go to some jail or some educational institution and teach them pranayam. Make a group of children suffering from muscular dystrophy, from thalassemia, from myopathy, and also such children who have cerebral palsy, those having muscular dystrophy and the problem of multiple sclerosis. Teach them pranayam. Make such patients practice pranayam regularly. If your efforts bring positive changes in the life of even one person, that itself is a big service. You have given someone a new life. Therefore, spend some time in the morning itself from 5 to 7 o'clock and serve others through yoga. Practice yoga yourself, first for 1 hour, and then teach others along with them. You also practice. You will remain healthy, so will your countrymen. Kapalabhati Pranayam. All those patients about whom we were discussing should be practicing it for 15 minutes. If they can practice more, increase the duration to 20, 25, 30 minutes. After this, Bahya Pranayam. After exhaling, keep your breath out only and practice Tribandh. Bahya Pranayam would be practiced like this. This pranayam would be practiced with Triband. Children who are unable to understand, who are unable to practice, especially the children suffering from muscular dystrophy, will face problem. Mongol children are able to practice. I've seen many Mongol children do normally also. Breathe out and keep your breath out only. With Triband, practice Bahya Pranayam. So practice like this for 3 to 5 times. This is Bahya Pranayam. Make the children practice Agnisar Kriya if they are able to do so. This is Agnisar Pranayam. Then practice Anulom Vilom Pranayam. It's very important. Gradually increase the duration. Initially from 2 to 5 minutes. Then increase to 7 minutes, to 10 minutes, to 15 minutes. Maximum for half an hour it can be practiced. Make them practice twice a day. And mainly with these only, with Kapalabhati and Anulom Vilom, these patients get improved. Unfortunately, in modern medical science, all the scientific work, all therapeutic work, modern therapeutic science is focused on outer body, on physical body only. But behind a physical body is ethereal body, astral body, mental body, and causal body. This outer body is just one part of our body. Behind this is Pranamay Kosh, Manomay Kosh, Vigyanmay Kosh, and also Anandmay Kosh. Unfortunately, we think of our external body only. That's why our medical science has only been able to control but not cure. Till the time we do not control our prana, we do not control our mind, and we do not awaken our subconscious mind, how can we get rid of these diseases? That is why the ailments are permanently cured through pranayam. Because along with our external body, it also cures our prana, our mind, our thoughts and feelings, our inner strength. And subconscious mind are also treated equally. With Annamay Kosh, our Pranamay, Manomay, Vigyanamay, Anandamay Kosh also need equal attention. After all, what is muscular dystrophy? The vital power of prana had developed disorders. Prana, Pana, Vyana, Udana and Saman, these are 5 prana. In these, the area of Udana is the part above throat, from throat to the heart is the area of Pran. From heart to navel, Saman, and the area below navel is Apan. So Pran is present throughout our body, and when it becomes unhealthy, the result can be muscular dystrophy. When it becomes unhealthy, result can be atrophy. Then mentally retarded children, handicapped children may be born. Sometimes normal children also suffer gradually from cerebral palsy, reaching finally to a very poor state of health with severe illness. Anulom Vilom Pranayam provides strength to the Pran Shakti from brain to the rest of the body parts. In some cases, the flesh starts drying from arm, from hands, from here also. Limbs start drying gradually. Flesh starts drying from there. They should be given the same medicines which were told earlier. For children suffering from muscular dystrophy, that is powder of ashwagandha, shatavar, chlorophyton, etc., and other medicines like Angvir Ras. And also practice pranayam, Anulom Vilom pranayam, the main pranayam. Inhale from left, exhale from right nostril. Then inhale from right. Exhale from left, slowly. If the child can do it on his own, then nothing like it. But if due to muscular dystrophy, child is unable to move his hands, then instead of Anulom Vilom, make him practice Bhastrika only. And if you can help him, then you can keep your finger on his nostril, close his right nostril, and make him practice like this. Inhale from left. Make him inhale from left like this. And exhale from the right nostril. Again inhale from the right. Deeper you inhale, deeper you exhale, better would be the improvement. But doing it forcefully is not beneficial. Deep inhalation and exhalation are effective. A healthy Udan Pran will subside brain disorders. A healthy Pran will remove disorders of respiratory system, heart and lungs. And healthy Saman will improve your digestive system, while Apan will remove all the impurities. And Vyan Pran becomes healthy with Anulom Vilom Pranayam. As a result, ailments like muscular dystrophy will have no room at all. Muscular dystrophy, problem of multiple sclerosis, these occur due to irregularities of Pran only. So just practice Anulom Vilom Pranayam. So inhale deeply and also exhale fully. Starting from left, stop at left only. You will breathe in deeply into your lungs and not into the stomach. Keep this in mind always. Practice like this. Fill into your lungs. Lungs will bulge out when you practice this pranayam. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with ease. Starting from left, you will stop at left only. Fill in completely. Inhale from left and from right nostril. Exhale out while pressing the left one with the two fingers. Exhale out slowly. Again inhale from right. And exhale. So inhale deeply and exhale fully. Rest for a while if tired. Then start again. Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Initially practice for 2-3 minutes, then for 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, 15 minutes, then increase the duration to half an hour. You yourself will see the result. Various types of disorders, from multiple sclerosis to muscular dystrophy, all handicapped children, Mongol children may gain normal health. Even the patients of thalassemia may experience improvement. Now forefinger on the forehead, rest 3 on the eyes, ears closed with thumbs. This is for Brahmari Pranayam. Starting from 3 times, all these patients can be made to practice it for 11 times. Mongol children are able to practice this Brahmari Pranayam and even meditation on Om. They can do it for 21 times. Take a deep breath and generate the sound of Omkar from nostrils. Forefinger on the forehead, rest 3 on the eyes, mouth closed and ears also closed with thumbs. When we take shelter of Supreme Lord, Supreme Power, there is no question that our diseases do not dissolve. All our ailments, fears, sufferings and problems will subside. We'll reach a level of contemplation. So after practicing Brahmari Pranayam like this, make them practice Udgit Pranayam for 3 to 21 times. Take a deep breath and chant the sacred word Om with full devotion. Imagine that this world, this universe is receiving supreme light. All divine powers, divine soul and Almighty Himself are showering their blessings. You are receiving divine energy. Chant Om with these feelings. This is Udgit Pranayam. Then for some time, meditate on Om. Focus your mind on breath and meditate on Om. Be one with yourself, with your breath. Observe the rhythm of your breathing and meditate on Om with your pran. Lift both your hands up, rub them together and feel the heat of the palms on your eyes, then open your eyes. These pranayams have to be practiced every day by all these patients. Also, make them practice minor exercises and acupressure.